Lights up!
Welcome to another episode of Lights Up, Putney Theatre Company's very own podcast, where we talk to cast members, members of the theatre, all things on stage and backstage.
Hello everyone, Frances here. I am currently directing a lovely play called The Last of the Haussmans at Putney Arts Theatre to be performed on the 14th to the 18th of March, and I am joined today by three members of the cast. And I will introduce, in no particular order, Adam Batty, who plays Daniel.
Hello.
Penny Weatherall, who plays Judy Haussman.
Hello.
And David Kelly, who plays Dr. Peter Oram.
Hello.
And we're going to just chat a little bit about the play today, how we found rehearsal processes, and hopefully you will be so interested that you'll want to come along and watch it. So, Penny, tell me a little bit about Judy and who she is.
Well, Judy is the driving force of the entire play. Every character is touched by her in some form or other, mostly in a fairly negative way because she is very selfish as a human. But she's a delicious character to play. She has wonderful moments where it's so hideously self-indulgent, but very fulfilling. For an actor to play a role like this is a gift. Making her come to life is obviously hard work. There's a lot of technical stuff involved in the way she is, and her interaction with each member of the cast is quite different, but she has really affected every member of the cast deeply. So I don't want to, there's no spoilers here, but it becomes apparent towards the end of the play.
Yes, I think that is true. And so we have two other members who aren't members of your family, I should say, that we have your two children are played by Putney members Cait, Hart, Dyke, and also Chris Cully, who aren't here with us today. And there's another member of the family who is your granddaughter, who is Isabella Walsh-Whitfield.
A lovely newcomer to
Lovely
Putney.
newcomer, and she plays Summer. And then Daniel is played here by Adam Batty. Now, Adam isn't your grandson, your relative anyway, so
No.
how would you describe him to Judy in terms of a connection?
Well, Judy loves anything to do with youth because it just continually reminds her of her hippie days, living in India and being a free spirit. And so any youth she really enjoys. So she loves her grandchild, for example, because she's very young. Daniel comes along, he's using their pool to train for his swimming, and I think she just loves the vitality of youth around her. And she'll
I
nurture
also
that.
think that Judy just likes men in general, really.
True.
I do think she likes the attention
Very much so, yeah.
men, regardless of the age or anything. I think Daniel looks at Judy as this sort of grandma figure that he hasn't got because of his dysfunctional family. So I think he looks at your whole family as something he'd like to have, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're sort of an adopted family for him in a way.
Yeah. Tell us a bit about your swimming, or Daniel's swimming.
Daniel's
Maybe not.
swimming.
You're not a
No,
swimmer, Adam, are you? Don't know.
No,
Daniel's
not a great
swimming.
swimmer. He's obviously a very talented swimmer. He goes and does swimming competitions. He swims for a team. Very athletic. He's meant to have a really good body. We'll see.
Yeah, we haven't been exposed yet, have we? We're still waiting.
But he's obviously a very athletic guy. He's probably quite confident with his body, but not always confident talking. But throughout the play, he grows and you understand him better.
And so in terms of being a new member at Putney, how did you find out about the play? Why did it inspire you to audition for the play?
So I was just searching online in the area, because I just recently moved to the area of theatre groups. And then the day before the last audition, I just came across it. And I emailed Frances, and she was like, come down to the audition. I told her, she asked me if I have read the play. I was like, I'm not going to be able to read the play in one day. So popped down and give it a go, and I think it went well. So I'm here now, so...
Thank you, Daniel, Adam, even. David, you played Peter, Dr. Peter Oram. Would you like to tell us a little bit about Dr. Peter Oram?
Yes, Peter Oram is a local neighbour who appears at the beginning of the summer, walks up the garden path to the Haussmans, and he has intentions, and I think it's a really interesting character role, because it'll be for the audience to decide what his intentions are, be they best intentions or not. And he's a character who very much sees the importance of sincerity and has worked out through his life that if you can fake that, you can fake anything. And again, it'll be for the audience to decide the merits of Dr. Peter Oram.
Yeah, we mustn't give too much away. Except that, as you asked, you're new to the area. You have a wife. Who is your wife? We don't know the wife. The wife doesn't appear in the play, though she's mentioned several times. What's her name?
Janet.
Doctor.
I have the greatest admiration for my wife.
She's not a doctor. She's sales, doesn't she?
Yeah, and she's on all the committees.
On all the committees.
Yes, she's very social butterfly.
Yes.
Social butterfly. But no, for me personally, coming back, this is my first production since pre-COVID, and I've been always looking at the plays that come up and the opportunities. And this play struck me clearly. There was a character I thought would suit me and my desires to stretch myself, and so it's proved. So it's a terrific modern play that I think will resonate with everyone who has a family.
Can you perhaps tell us a little bit more about the whole story?
The play. So, The Last of the Haussmans was written by Stephen Beresford and was first performed in 2012 at the National Theatre, starring Julie Walters as Judy Haussman. No pressure.
I was going to say, massive shoes to fill. Thanks.
Helen McCrory, the late great Helen McCrory, as Libby, and Rory Kinnear as Nick Haussman. And it was performed to great acclaim and got some great reviews. The play is set in the back garden of a very dilapidated Art Deco house on the Devon coast, and it takes place through the length of a summer. So it goes from early summer through to late summer, autumn, and it's just a matter of months between the first scene and the last scene. It is a roller coaster of emotion, of disasters, of crises, of family spats, all sorts of things, runnings away, runnings back. And the characters are delicious. They are intense and layered and extremely well written, and we're having so much fun just exploring each of the characters and peeling away the layers like an onion to find the next layer is even more interesting, or that there's something else that needs to be explored within that character. Do you want to say a little bit about
I
your
was also saying it has all of that, but also it's got a wonderful, really acerbic humour running through it.
Yeah.
There's some very funny moments. And they're very often at times where it's at its most tragic. There's something wonderful about that, don't you think? It's just, you feel there's a part of your brain that thinks, oh, this is horrible and this is a terrible thing that's happening. But there's another part of you that just wants to laugh out loud. And I think that's something that shows how good the writing is.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think what's identified throughout the writing is the history of the family and the legacies that each of them bear from their childhood through to their adulthood, and the impact of generations upon generation. It comes powerfully through the script.
And lots of audience members will be able to identify with that in a heartbeat. They'll all be sitting there very uncomfortable, hopefully.
Yes.
Because there are 3 other characters.
Yes, it's a cast of 6 characters altogether. So the 4 Haussmans are Judy and Libby, her daughter, and Nick, her son, and then Summer, who is Libby's daughter, so Judy's granddaughter. a lot of the humour is actually provided between the relationship of Nick and Libby and Judy. And Nick, played by Chris Cully, has the most acerbic lines, which are very, very funny. And it just brings the script to life a lot of the time, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, and I think it's very unexpected. I think there are times where you go, oh, wow, I didn't see that coming. And I love that in a play, where it doesn't follow a natural arc, I don't think. I think there are surprises along the way as well, I think.
Yeah, twists and turns of plot and characterisation as well. Isabella is another new character. What's Summer's relationship with Daniel, do you think, Adam?
I think the relationship between us is that maybe I don't dislike her. I don't think she's a horrible person or anything. I just think she's a bit, maybe slightly annoying and sort of in the way. And I think she obviously likes me slightly in some way.
Has a little crush.
But it's not reciprocated.
No. Reciprocated. That's it.
I introduce Daniel to the household.
Yeah.
And initially one may think I do it for a particular reason. As the play develops, the audience might find they rethink that. It takes the audience on a journey as to the motivations of me and.
It's not purely altruistic, is it?
and other characters, yes. And
what does Judy think about Summer?
I think she absolutely adores her because, again, it's the youth. She just loves her energy, and she loves that she's a bit diversive. I think Judy thinks she's much more like her as a character than she is her mother, because her mother is just boring beyond belief in Judy's mind, whereas Summer's feisty and she, rebels against her mother, which Judy adores. It's just, she's living vicariously through her in a way, I think. So yeah, she doesn't see that much of her, but when she does, she goes a bit over the top.
Yes, so thanks everybody. Thank you to Adam Batty, thank you to Penny Weatherall, thank you to David Kelly. As I said previously, and just to reiterate, The Last of the Haussmans is being performed at Putney Arts Theatre on the 14th to the 18th of March. We look forward to seeing you there. Thanks for listening.
This is a real Putney Theatre Company production. Do share the podcast with your friends and take a look at our website, searching online for the Putney Theatre Company. So that's it for now. See you next time.